The Spa Boiz are in Austin. We in Texas, baby. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. The land of Austin, killer on the loose at the moment.
There is a serial killer in Austin, apparently killing gay people.
I've heard that.
So Lane hasn't left their house. He's been worried.
And I'll tell you what, coincidentally, when Ciaran does not leave the house.
No, well, I reckon he's coming into the house and he's biting the legs of us because Lane and I are covered in bites from head to toe.
Yeah.
I reckon I've got around 40 all over my legs.
Yeah, Ciaran also Googled, can you get AIDS from mosquitoes?
He actually did.
Thing.
Okay.
Why did you Google that?
Well, Lane told me, and I just wanted to verify because we had a lot of mosquitoes on, and Lane said I wouldn't want to be getting bitten by a mosquito in this area in Austin because there's a lot of drug addicts just walking around the streets here.
That is the nicest you've ever said that word. You've never said drug addicts before. You really change when you get onto the podcast. Yeah, so we rolled into Austin, guys, and you've probably heard of Austin from Joe Rogan. Everyone's like, it's the coolest part of America. It's the place to go. So we booked a week here, not knowing what to expect, but we knew it would just be vibes and comedy and nightlife. And there is good nightlife. But there's also, I would say, would you say 100,000 crackheads?
Yeah, it's incomparable to anywhere in Australia, without a doubt. It's like the movie World War Z.
Yes, there's zombie crackheads,
literally.
but they're the ones that have like superpowers. They're not like the funny zombies in Shaun of the Dead, but they're like mutant zombie crackheads.
And they just come out of nowhere. Like you'll just be walking down the street and literally you'll be talking about something and they're just behind you or in front of you. Lane got chased by one the other day.
I didn't get chased. I was so there's two routes to get to a cafe that is 100 meters from where we are. So you could either go left and then left, or you can go right. And so I take the wrong way, I learnt. I turn the corner and I see what appears to be a small village of homeless people, which is totally fine. And then there's this long alleyway. And I walk into the alleyway and there is a guy at the end of the alleyway. He's holding some sort of metal baton and it's about 100 meters. He goes, and just starts sprinting towards me. And so I'm like, I'm going to have to fight this guy. And he's just running towards me. He's like, and I'm like, it was flight or flight, and I chose fight. I start planning, like, I'm walking real slow, and I'm like, okay, this guy's going to get close to me. I'm going to throw an elbow at him. I'm going to clock him with the elbow. I'm not going to punch him because I'm bad at punching, but I can throw an elbow. So I'm getting ready. I'm like, my heart's racing, my chest is going, and he just runs straight past me. Just bolts completely. It was like the movie Get Out. He just fucking boosted past me. I just turned around and I was like, oh, and then just walked to the cafe just like in a daze, just shocked.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Psychotic.
On that as well, because of the situation with how many there are around, you get to the cafe and then they've got different rules in the cafes here compared to the rest of the world. We want to get food. Lane and I walk in. Everywhere you go, chocolate muffin. I've been in London. I've had one in Switzerland.
I can't believe this is what you're talking about.
This isn't related to the crackheads.
It is, bro, because Lane reckons...
Go on.
Well, I've got to tell it now, obviously. We literally...
This is mental.
Get in. I asked for a chocolate muffin. I said, yeah, can I have it heated up? And she goes, oh, no, we don't do that. And I said, well, do you have a microwave? Maybe you could just put it in the microwave for 30 seconds. She goes, we don't have one. I said, you really should get in the microwave game. You need one. But I said to Lane afterwards, I was like, why do you think they don't have microwaves here? And you said, probably because of all the crackheads running around, they'd be trying to use the microwave all the time.
Yeah, they'd be coming in with like some food they found, like, hey, mate, do you mind fucking heating this up?
I think he was joking, Ciaran.
I took it literally kind of like the AIDS thing with the mosquito bite.
Any sense?
Well, I mean, why else? What does it make sense to not have a microwave?
Maybe they call it something else. Maybe they don't use the word microwave here.
Well, they don't have fucking kettles here, so who knows?
Yeah.
Yo, Americans don't have kettles. It is nuts. Like an electric kettle, you've got to put an old school tin kettle on your stovetop and wait for it to boil. That's like
mental.
a 1700 sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Lane was waiting 15 minutes the other day.
To have a fucking tea.
have a
It
cup
was,
of
it was like
tea.
I was freebasing crack cocaine just to fucking make a cup of tea.
So anyway, in turn, welcome to the Frenchy show. You've got the Spa Boiz. We're in America, where it's actually all been popping off in the news too, because Joe Biden is getting increasingly more and more
Senile.
demented. Everyone with a brain knew it years ago, but the left-wing media is finally catching on. They caught on recently when he called Zelensky Putin.
Yeah. That's probably the worst way you could introduce Zelensky as well. Of all the things you could call him, like call him the ops.
That's mental.
It's
That's
mental.
that's like Dumbledore introducing Harry Potter as Voldemort. Hermione, and this is your friend Voldemort.
And
Voldemort killed my parents.
he tried to double down on it too. Like he tried to back off from it. He's like, "Oh, I'm so focused about defeating Putin, I forgot the guy's name." And then he's like, and then he didn't even call him Zelensky. He said the president. I think he fully blanked.
No, and then he said the deputy president.
He called
was
Kamala
Donald Trump.
Yeah, he called Kamala Harris Donald
Literally
Trump.
the person he is trying to defeat.
Yeah.
That's so insane that they're still trying to make him president.
I've been checking the presidential sports bets.
Oh
Yeah.
And because we're in America, typical, can't even look at the sports bet. I reckon the odds are gone to fucking
Yeah,
shit.
gods
now.
are gone to
So
shit.
If you haven't Donald Trump sports bet, you're probably looking at a win, you know?
Oh, has to
It was
be.
$1.72 before we left.
Ciaran's been doing this thing where we're in the most liberal democratic states of America. We did LA, San Diego, and Austin. And he's asking everyone where to buy MAGA hats.
He's asking about guns too.
The guns haven't come out as much yet, but the MAGA hats have been a hit. And the other day we're in, was it some vintage store?
Yep.
And I try to be a bit more like...
Subtle about it.
So I said, "Excuse me, ma'am, do you have any sentimental American hats?" And she goes, "Sentimental?" And I said, I've seen a lot of people around Austin. They've got these MAGA hats. They're walking around. Like, what are these MAGA hats? And she goes, "Oh, you mean MAGA? MAGA?" She goes, "That's Trump hats." I said, "Yeah, like, is it a franchise?" And she goes, "We don't have them here." And I just said, "Oh, you sold out? What's going on?" But she took it pretty well. Others,
Because Ciaran's thing is he sits in the front of the Uber driver.
Yeah,
and
he
chats
always
to
sits in the
everyone.
front.
And so when he runs out of bars to say, he'll always be like, "Where's the MAGA hats? Can you drop us off at the MAGA store?" Which really, nothing polarizes Americans like political chat.
Yeah,
have there
they hate
been? Has there been one that kind of has been divided? Because I feel like most of them have taken it pretty well, but I feel like there's been a couple of
Most
occasions.
of them think you're a bit retarded, like
Yeah.
a little bit.
Just little.
Yeah.
Little bit.
Which is a very common word in America.
They love it. They love retarded and gay. But speaking of retarded and gay, so obviously Ciaran had his big outburst at the airport. Frenchy has now had his tantrum.
Yeah.
Frenchy threw a complete tantrum at the comedy Mothership recently. Travel across the world to watch some stand up, and then Mr. I'm a comedian, I can't sit in the front row. Oh no.
So let me back up. So first night we went to the comedy store in America, LA, and they seated us and they put us right at the front, and I hated it. They're like, "Oh, they just talked to us the whole night," and afterwards I'm talking to the comedians the next night, and they're like, "Why don't you just tell them you're a comedian? They wouldn't have sat you in the front row." I'm like, "Oh, that's fair. That does seem like that's etiquette. I'll do that next time." Mental note. We get into the Mothership. There's this guy showing us to our seats. Heaps of seats available. And it wasn't like he was even filling up from the front.
No, he was like feeling it weirdly from the
side. But then there was like plenty of seats from the same side.
Well, our mistake is
Shut up, Ciaran.
We went into the booth.
Shut up. Don't make me snap again.
Sorry.
He's ramping up.
So he goes, "You guys have these 3 seats right at the front. Penis high. Terrible, terrible seats." There's this other comedian, Ari was supposed to be on, so I didn't want, like, who we just talked to before the show, so I didn't want him to come out and be like, "Look, I'm in the front row." I go, "Oh, man, I can't sit in the front if that's cool." He goes, "Why not?" I go, "Oh, I'm a comedian. I don't want to sit in the front if that's cool." Because "I don't care. You need to sit in the front." I'm like, "No, I'm not sitting in the front."
And so he leaves. Frenchy just
I
walks
go,
out.
I'll just leave. I'll just leave. I was like, fully did snap. I was like, feeling all hot and like red.
Yeah.
I'm
The
like,
whole room staring at us.
Everyone,
but I'm sick. I'm actually sick, so that's what that was.
everyone was looking, and there was a line of people outside. Also, I was trying to say there was a vital point you were missing, French. We assumed that the VIP booths were just somewhere we could sit when we walked in. So we were like, oh, booth. And we walked straight to the booth. And then he grabbed us over and goes, you three, pulled us to the front and then made us sit at the front while all the other seats were available in the whole venue.
Exactly. There was so many other seats. He's like,
So
I
many
don't want to
seats.
sit at the front if that's cool. He goes, no, you have to sit at the front. That's the way we do it here. It's like, well, we don't have to because I'm not going to. It's like, I don't care if you're a comedian. You have to sit in the front. That's the way we do it here. It's like, well, I'm not going to go to the show if I'm at the front. That's just something I stand behind. So I walked out, and then I end up with the door guy you said is a comedian, security guy, come over and shit.
Bear in mind, there was a second
So
audience of the
awkward,
line
bro.
that was watching that performance.
Oh my goodness.
So there's two different shows happening at once.
It's the equivalent of when you don't get let in the club. You're like, do you know who my father?
And after I just complimented the door guy, Miles, because I'm a fan of his comedy.
Lane knows every single door person in Austin from a show called Kill Tony.
Yeah, so I got in this big scene about not wanting to sit in the front. And then we had to sit down and try to enjoy the rest of the fucking show.
Yeah, I'll tell you, and I was so stoned. And all I could think was like, and Ciaran kept like going like, do you want to leave?
But the reason we kind of did come to Austin, me and Ciaran didn't know this, but looking back on it, Lane made us come to Austin to get on Kill Tony. The biggest live podcast in the world, has 2-3 million viewers every week, in which comedians do a 1 minute set, and Tony and Hinchcliffe and his friends rate it and interview and do all this sort of stuff. And Lane's, it's been his dream to get on it for years.
Yeah, I've been watching the show for many years.
He downloads all the episodes, watches them on the plane, never laughs though, but still seems to enjoy them.
I'm a really bad audience member, but I will study the craft, the art.
You do the comedian thing. You go, that's funny.
I do, yeah.
But you don't smile. Nothing comes out.
Well, that's you get what you put out. I always laugh now, even if I don't find it funny. It's because it deserves a laugh. If
Ciaran claps.
Yeah.
at the
And
wrong.
then he goes, "Oh no, he didn't."
Oh yeah.
Oh snap!
Ciaran has decided that he's changing his name legally to Jamal.
Just when I'm getting milkshakes. Just when I'm getting milkshakes or boost juice. You know, it's a good name. We all have got coffee names.
I do not.
What do you call yourself, Lane?
Lane, actually,
That sounds like a fake name.
It does
doesn't
sound
it?
fake already. Like
I because
Avenue.
no one can understand anything I say, and regardless of the country I'm in, and so I always say Lane, Lane, and then that's I have to spell it every time, and 9 times out of 10 it will come back and it'll be like Bill. Like the cunts will just fuck up my
Yeah, is that your Kill Tony set?
That's my hour.
Got him.
That's my hour.
I was waiting for you to finish. So
I could see. I could see you.
You could see me.
I saw your eyes working.
Yeah.
Well, everyone in
I'm like a
America
snake.
thinks I'm Kerry, mate. So I say Ciaran, they come back Kerry
Anyway.
multiple times.
Shut up. So we wanted to take you through the process of how these hopefuls get on Kill Tony. We applied. What happens is you got to follow their Instagram, and there's 250 people signing up for 10 spots for 1 minute to try to impress these comedians. Career makers, career breakers. It's a land of dreams. Forget Hollywood, Austin, Texas, baby. Monday night we had to put our name down. 6:30 p.m. at this pub across the road.
Poor Choices was the name.
Poor Choices. What a
Bit of foreshadowing.
accurate
what a
description.
foreshadowing that was.
Very accurate.
We go in, put our name down on we got to go on the line that never had signed up before.
First timers, yep.
We'd put our name down, then we dip off for a nap, and we come back at 8 p.m. And we walk into 150 comedians, Austin's finest open micers. And how would you describe the crowd, Ciaran? There were a lot of...
It was a bit of a freak show.
It was a lot of characters.
There's a lot of characters. Lane.
That's the nice way to say it.
yeah.
Characters.
Yeah.
You can say freak show. We were part of the freak show. Lane rolled in with the loudest drip you'll ever see. Bright pink floral, like a romper, I think it was. I had my purple unicorn shirt on. So I know people were looking at us on Freak Show, but also like there was blind people there. There was the world's oldest man wearing overalls. It was like an old farmer, cowboy dude. It was like character.
Wasn't there a lady that stormed
the Capitol? Karen Jones, Kill Tony's very own. She was walking around and
Lane pointed her out straight away.
I pointed out, and that's how we found out Ciaran had never heard of January 6th. He didn't know about the Capitol.
I don't know how relatable this is because how many people would have heard of January 6th outside of Austin?
Yeah, I guess no one.
Did they storm the Austin Capitol building?
No, they stormed them. They tried to kill the Vice President of America.
Oh, so it's probably pretty
when Trump lost the election, like thousands of people tried to kill the Vice President, sorry, whose name is not Donald Trump.
Not ringing a bell.
Not ringing a bell, but after Lane got that girl's...
Cronulla riots. Was it like the Cronulla riots?
It was Cronulla riots, yeah.
So Lane's got her autograph. He recognised her, said hello to her.
Yeah, I was like huge fan. Love the way you storm.
So everyone's only got 1 minute to impress Tony. So it wasn't much of a party vibe in that pub. A lot of people were like stressed going through their set. We kind of were too. Lane wouldn't even talk to us because he didn't want to lose his voice.
Because it was so loud in there. So you had
Lane wanted to do a song. So he's like, I'm not talking to anyone. And then I remember going to Lane and I asked him a question and Lane goes, it's miming words.
Yeah, because, the way I looked at it is like I could either join in and then get on Kill Tony and I can't talk or perform and be a complete fuckwit. Or not get picked at all and be a complete fuckwit.
But you've talked every other night, much louder, still have your voice. I don't think that 1 hour would have done it, mate.
10 people get picked, 250 people-ish, was there?
150.
People? That's a pretty good bad odds to be fucking resting your voice.
Yeah, well, in hindsight, I shouldn't have even signed up.
I wasn't even going to sign up because I was like, I'm a comedian. I don't need to sit here.
Yeah. Lane was going to do it solo. And
but then we thought more options. Me and Ciaran will put our names into. They come in, they cut the music. They're like, Michael Jimson, you've been signed, and everyone claps. Yep. They clap the first three, and then by the fourth and the fifth, they stop clapping. The people who got picked because they're like, oh fuck, it might not be my night.
I remember when I walked in, the first thing I think I said to French was, do you reckon any of these guys have jobs?
It's a long time to wait, but it becomes actually just like cultural thing. It's like you meet up with all the same people, like, what's up, homie? You know what I mean? It's like
everyone knows each other.
It feels like LARP. It's a bit LARPy.
Very LARPy. It's very autistic.
Kill Tony fans are live action role players of the comedy world.
Yeah, this whole experience has made me hate comedy.
Oh yeah.
It used to be the only thing that gave me joy. Now it is
revamped your joy for music.
Yeah. But it was a cool thing to experience because I've heard about it so much.
Definitely,
for so many years.
But it would have been nice because you need something to look forward to in life, and one of those things might be doing a minute on your favorite TV show, and it did suck that you didn't get picked. We really did want you to get picked. If we could have put your name and increased the chances, we would have done that 100%. But we thought, you know what? Just because you couldn't do it for Tony doesn't mean you can't do it for us. So we want to hear Lane's 1 minute Kill Tony set.
Okay.
Where do you want us
for you guys, for the Frenchy show listeners? We still need a name for you guys, by the way. We'll just do it here, Ciaran. Can you be Tony? Do Tony's voice, and I'll time the minute.
Can you do Tony's voice?
You're gonna have to.
Okay, we got Lane coming up now. Is that right? Is that accurate?
Don't stay in character.
Okay. I'm just testing before we get into character. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do the bucket pull.
Pretend to pull.
Saint Lane. Woo!
I just flew in from West Hollywood, and boy, is my ass sore. I was in Vegas for 4th of July. A lot of blackjack tables. Not many Jack Black tables. Did not gonna lie, I thought that joke was gonna fucking murder a applause break, confetti falls. Yeah, I think stabbing someone is the gayest way to kill them. You're telling me you took an object and you inserted it in another man again and again until liquid came out? I don't judge. Anyway, what's going on in the news?
Meow.
Nice.
1 minute, Saint Lane.
That was Saint Lane. Round of applause.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to do the interview too. So Saint Lane, the set, I liked it. It was a strong start.
It was good.
Quick
stuff.
Quick, fast laughs with the West Hollywood joke, playing on that stereotype.
Yeah, it was good, man. I see you're also a musician too.
You're a musician?
Yeah. It used to be, but yeah.
So how many gigs have you done?
Well and truly over. In all honesty, I reckon I've done maybe like 700 gigs.
Wow,
man. And I see, you're not just musician as well. You're also a bit of a TikTok guy. I see, you've got
a huge following on TikTok.
You've got a car was stolen.
Yeah. Had a car stolen by a bunch of 14-year-old girls in 2021. I had a big night, passed out on the couch while I was asleep. 4 14-year-old girls broke into my house, stole a car. I posted the video of them breaking in online. Said, "Does anyone recognize these kids?" Someone replies, he goes, "This is the kid." Sends me a Instagram handle. I click on it. She's got a story up, and the story is them driving my car.
No way.
And she has tagged everyone. So I immediately have all these details of these kids. So I get
those kids. Don't tell Chris D'Elia. He would love those details. He would fuck them.
And
classic Chris.
So I gave the names of the kids to the police, and they're like, "Oh, there's nothing we can do." And I was like, "Oh, fuck that." So I found these kids on TikTok, and because they're kids, they all have like dances and stuff. So I duetted their dances and publicly outed them in a series of videos that went viral, which led me to getting a job in radio, which is what I'm doing now.
Wow.
A job in radio? From kids videos?
So
from exploiting kids?
From exploiting kids. What nationality, what background were they?
They were Polynesian kids, though.
Wow.
A prevalent...
Can you do the accent?
"Oh, gee, I think I stole your car."
Okay, he's funny. This Saint Lane guy, I like this guy.
Yeah.
So, do you want to do any songs for us since we killed Tony? We got the band. We've got it all happening.
Yeah.
This could be your big break, Saint Lane.
This could be it.
This could be your moment. You want to get one shot.
Do you have anything prepared? Do you want to do some freestyle? What do you think?
I reckon I'm just going to kick a straight freestyle.
Okay.
Of what song do you want to do, Lane?
I'm gonna dealer's choice. I'll freestyle.
Okay, I'm just gonna play some random beat I find. Do you like Black Eyed Peas? Pump It?
Oh shit, yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's an ad. I do not have YouTube Premium. This is all good. I mean, the band does not have YouTube Premium.
The band does not have YouTube.
Included as a live read.
I used to like Kill Tony, now I don't. I used to like Kill Tony, now I don't. Ciaran's got his shorts high up. Let him know. Hey.
Yeah, keep going. Hey. I was like, I'm not gonna lose copyright if he's not gonna do that.
Oh yeah, nah. But yeah, so that was gonna be it. That was gonna be a big moment. But now I've conclusively failed. So now I've decided I'm gonna work a job where we demantleize car parts in a yard in
That's dope, man.
in Austin.
I always talk about our Spa Boiz trips like they're a movie, and we didn't know if the Kill Tony would be the climax where Lane and Ciaran and me, we all get chosen and get our America break. And Lane, it turns out it was the start of the movie where Lane, I'd say 15 minutes in, where Lane doesn't get picked, gets disillusioned with show business and quits. Quits music.
I fully quit music. I told everyone. I told my friends and family and shit. I'm like, I'm never doing music again. I'm out of it. And my mates were like, "We had a good crack at it." I was like, "Cool." And then
that's a weird thing to say, don't you think?
It's
like
a bit
so
condescending.
quickly, like, "Oh yeah, you had a good crack."
Yeah.
A few years longer than I thought you'd do. Like,
yeah.
How long have you done it in total, Lane?
15 years.
15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on Monday, and there was obviously there was other. It was of all the days I had like 2 really big music things, like a deal and a tour, fall through on the night of Kill Tony. So it was like my 9/11 or January 6th. And but basically it was my 9/11 just happening at this loud as fuck bar on Rainy Street. Everyone's just yelling at each other. I'm just there. It's like, for fuck's sake, I fucking can't do this
I didn't even
anymore.
think you said that, mate. You were saving your
No,
voice.
you didn't say no.
I was internally just going like,
It is a hard one as a creative, especially if you grind for so long. What people don't understand is that if you're in the entertainment industry, it's not just a steady increase in opportunities and progression. You have such high peaks and troughs, and that if you just keep going down lower and lower, you just think you're never going to get out of it. You're like, maybe I won't. You get these doubts, and it's so hard to stave them off. You're like, maybe I won't actually make it.
Yeah.
Maybe I will never earn money. I'm getting older and older. Is my music getting better? I think it is. I feel the same sometimes. Is my comedy getting better? I think it is. But then you have a few bad weeks in a row, a few bad videos in a row, a few bad sets in a row. You're like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, even I get that. Luckily, I've got a bit more. I don't know. I guess I've got a tour coming up, a bit more going on right now. But Lane's just in like a weird drought right now where he just hasn't had a dubs in a minute.
Yeah. Well, I was like, oh, everything's all good. I was like, what was the last good thing that happened? And then I was like, oh, it's been like 1.5 years since I had a career positive thing happen. So it's been like 15 months of just like things just getting progressively worse. So
you had a gig this year, didn't you?
Yeah, I have played gigs this year.
5 minutes ago.
Positive. That's
5 minutes
positive.
ago.
Yeah.
Lane, you know, what's really interesting, I know French probably thinks the same way, is the amount of shit we've learned about the music industry, of how fucked it is in the last 2 weeks, of the stuff you've told us with how, compared to comedy, I feel like it's just a lot more fucked, and people don't realize like how, dirty it is behind the scenes.
Yeah, we allowed to talk about any of it without mentioning names. Like,
yeah, sure.
the fact that Lane has very good friends in the industry, but he's not even allowed to support them on tour because of their management, things like that.
And yeah, like a lot of it is also who's sponsoring the tour. They have because they're like a company that wants to appear like they're ultra inclusive, even though at the core of the company, their core beliefs of the company definitely don't reflect that, because these are companies that use products that have lithium in them that is like mined by slaves. But then they want to be like, they'll use slavery to build their products, but then I can't go on tour.
There's so much just insane political shit, and if you're not on the right side of that, it just makes it so fucking hard for you. Even me, I'm still getting, like, I'm lucky I've got a big enough fan base where it doesn't affect me as much anymore, but the still shit happens to me that I'm like, how do you still think like that? Like, what I should actually say, I've announced my new tour, Embrace the Chaos, coming to UK, Europe, New Zealand and Australia initially. FrenchyComedy.com/tickets for your tickies. And it's related to what I want to talk about, Lane. So I booked this whole tour. Can't get a fucking Brisbane venue. I cannot get a Brisbane venue for the life of me. There's these 2 big ones. It was the Tivoli and somewhere else. They're owned by the same people. So it's the Tivoli and somewhere else would not let book my show.
Oh, okay.
My booker, Liam, is like, we want to do Frenchy's live show at the Tivoli and this other place. I can't remember it.
And they're both owned by the same company?
Yeah, owned by the same people. Liam goes, can we book Frenchy at the Tivoli? They go, hi Liam, hope you're well. This is the email he got back. I've talked with the team and unfortunately we do not want to explore a booking with Frenchy. His jokes just don't sit well with us and our branding. I think we may have turned this down in the past. Sorry we can't help with this one. I do hope you find a suitable venue for the shows. Now, the best part about this email is that in a couple of weeks at this exact same venue, Chris D'Elia is playing there. Chris motherfucking D'Elia. A known groomer. I was a PE teacher and I never groomed. You know how hard that is? Never did it. You're putting on a known fucking groomer as opposed to someone whose jokes don't sit well with you. You fucking hypocrites. You fucking disgusting pieces of shit. Fuck you and your fucking venues, you sad cunts. Don't you think?
I 100%
The
agree.
hypocrisy of that is in fucking insane.
Like, but if they're a venue, nothing matters. They are just filling up seats. It doesn't matter.
If you want to get on your fucking moral high horse, be very fucking careful about it. Don't have the cunt who's inviting 17-year-old girls to his hotel rooms on tour.
I feel like I'm working at the Mothership right now.
Oh my fucking... I'm a comedian. I don't shoot in the front. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Like,
I've had that too. The Beach Road Hotel in Byron Bay. We're doing a show. Bootleg Rascals, Sticky Fingers, and me, and they sent an email, and it goes, "Hey guys, looking forward to the show. Just saw that Saint Lane is playing with you. Just so you know, we don't think his music is appropriate for our venue, and he's not welcome to play. He's welcome to jump up on stage during your set, but if he plays his own set, we will shut down the whole show."
What?
We need to repeat that. Sticky Fingers.
Yeah,
We're playing the gig. The owner hears that Saint Lane is on with Sticky Fingers, the most cancelled act in Australia. Yeah. Oh no, I have a problem with the radio host from Brisbane.
Yeah.
Infinite
From
offensive
Gold Coast.
glitch, right?
It was so stupid.
How is this shit fucking still going on?
But Lane, what would the only reason was we just don't like even that email now, very generic. There was no actual we didn't like this bit or this bit. The lady just wiped out the whole all your content.
She just said my music. Though he just said my music was offensive. But on it, like I have like pop songs. Also, my music's not even that offensive comparatively to like
no.
What it is compared to like even someone like early Tyler the Creator or like
It's
that
not
venue
bad at all, bro.
Yeah.
Legitimately, if they're going through trying to find one or two lyrics they don't like, it's fucking art, bro. It makes me so fucking annoyed when they try to gatekeep who can perform at your venue. Oh no, we don't like the man who did a joke about the masked singer because he said the Holocaust thing too.
But it'd be interesting, French, to actually go back and look at, and even Beach Road, and look at like the
Who's
last 3-4
performed
years, and just
yeah.
reply to that email with yes, no worries, and then just send literally the list from 2015. Because I reckon, like, you know, when did the whole cancel culture come out? There'd surely have been some acts that have performed there over the years. That
Rolf
have,
Harris has probably played there.
Oh,
Oh,
definitely.
you need to find that tour poster.
Oh,
Send it back.
Rolf
Oh.
Harris at the Tivoli.
Just tag them in the Instagram.
Yeah.
Rolf Harris at the Tiv.
Live from the Tivoli.
Rolf
Rolf
Harris,
Harris.
convicted pedophile. Oh man, isn't that insane?
Mm.
Same at the Tiv. Yeah, thanks. Now I want to play you guys an audio I filmed in Vegas. It's of Ciaran. There was a billboard up for Mariah Carey, and it was that moment we realised Ciaran couldn't pronounce the name Mariah Carey. Enjoy.
Wait, so what did you say?
Maria Carey's playing
Maria
in fucking
Carey.
Vegas. Maria Carey's the best singer of all time. We're in 5 now.
No, no,
Maria
no.
Carey was on
Maria
before.
Carey. What song does Maria Carey sing?
All I need. No, the Christmas song.
Yeah.
The Christmas
Maria Carey.
song. Yeah, the Christmas song. What's the Christmas song?
All I Want for Christmas Is.
All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From by who?
Maria Carey.
Yep. You nailed it. Well done.
Hope you enjoyed that. Your next audio video clip comes from our Independence Day party, also in Vegas. We went out to our friends. 15 Grams was DJing at a house party.
4th of July.
4th of July. We were told Rick Ross might show up.
We were, yeah. Rick Ross was told, and they said it was at Lil Wayne's house.
One of his houses.
And Lane found that out after he put the Instagram post up saying we're at Lil Wayne's house.
Rick Ross did not come because it was also 2 days after he got bashed. So
It was, yeah.
He was scared of the Spa Boys. Let him know. But we somehow stumbled upon the whitest Independence Day party possible.
Yeah.
And I know this because I walked in. Not only was it mostly white people, but the band on stage was a ska band. I don't think I've ever seen a ska band live.
I've seen many.
It's because we're thinking like rock, America, John Cougar Mellencamp. Fuck yeah. Some country shit, I don't know, man. Get your America on, but
But Lane, we thought was going to perform, walks up, and we're like, oh, Lane's on next. And then he just walks back with his tail between his legs. So we're like,
that was the start of the L's.
The L started well before that. But the Grams was like, yo, this band, they'll bring you up and you can do a song. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's sick. And then he's like, yeah, they get people up to do songs with them. So then we go up and I'm on the side of the stage and Grams was like, yo, my mate from Australia, he's going to do a song with it. And then they looked at me and they went, nah.
What the fuck? How can you tell from looking at him?
Because they were like, we've talked to the Beach Road Hotel in Byron Bay. They've sent the message through.
So we were at this party, and it's great fun. We're having a good time. And we somehow stumble inside. It's your typical house party. There's a lot of drinks going around. There's a fun bar.
There's a bowling alley in the house.
Bowling alley. It was a dope party,
Real
okay?
dope
It was
house.
dope. We end up in this secret room. Everyone there was K-holing. And there was one dude, this black man called Don Lewis, playing guitar.
Yeah, and he was very good.
Very good.
Very good for like 2 songs. It was like a 2-song set.
But he was the most cliche of when someone has a guitar at a party, you know that meme?
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, y'all want to hear some music? And we're like, yeah, why not?
Right.
Plays a single, Liquor Talkin', I believe.
Yep.
Got a few million streams on Spotify.
It's a good song.
Plays his next song, second best song. Okay, cool, man.
And we're all vibing.
We're all vibing.
all
We're all
singing.
vibing.
Everyone's
Then we
going.
all, okay, he's played 2 songs. Let's try to have a talk for a bit. No. Starts playing a 3rd song.
Yep.
Singing from the soul.
Real loud.
Really loudly. Goes through his whole fucking catalogue.
Yeah.
I would say he played 12 originals in a row.
Yeah.
It got to the point where I was like, hey, man, do you know any covers like Zach Bryan or something? He's like, oh, I think I can figure that out. Gets up Zach Bryan tabs. Plays the first half of the first verse, then goes back into Liquor Talkin'.
Starts doing
This is
mashups.
what you really want to hear.
And then about moments into that, these 2 guys that look like they just came from like Daytona racetrack come in.
Yeah.
And it was one of their 40th birthdays.
They look like the sort of guys who, if you were in prison and you were deciding which gang to join, and you look over at the Aryan gang,
Yeah.
that would be them.
Yeah.
That would be like lifting weights to Limp Bizkit or something with their white wife beaters on.
Very, very, very white. And
Shaved heads.
they did what every white person does when they see a black guy with a guitar. They started freestyling.
We can't even describe it for you, but we've got some audio. We got video for the first one, and then they turned off the lights so we could enjoy it in the dark.
I had a flash video that went on for all of about a minute, but I think some lady behind me was saying turn off the flash. So I actually started doing the flash, but then I could see French's laugh.
And we should
on the
say
film.
we were committing, because it's no point listening to live music and not getting into it. It would be awkward. So we were giving them yeehaws. You hear our voice going, oh, yeah, tell them.
It's also worth noting, like, just for the listener, imagine it from my perspective, that what are you about to hear? I was K-holing.
Oh, yeah, you joined in.
I joined in.
jumped
I was having the worst experience of my life, just hurled over in just almost standing fetal. I looked like an Asian guy on a break. Like I was, all my weight was on my knees, just curled over, listening to little bit around, little bit, and then these guys going, "It's my 40th birthday. I could have died. I could have said no, but today it's not the day, yo. We're going in. I got my friends. I could have got the knife, but I put the knife down, and I'm back again." And you're about to hear that.
Back again. Okay, take it away.
Mask in my hand, no reaction, I fight. I turned 40 on my birthday and I'm chilling at this party. That wasn't written, but this is freestyling and I hardly feel the so much in my life. And sometimes I thought about the gun or a knife, but I put it down and realized that I got something to say to make the whole world understand that one day. In my head, I used to just want to scream, but I dream now. Found my faith, make believe. And I just want to tell everybody you can achieve. Beat depression, I've achieved. I felt alone and she broke my heart, but I know better than so I leave. I deserve to be my queen.
I'm fucking Cowling.
Awesome.
So hard. So hard around.
Let him talk.
Lord, I need a perfect beat on that melody. On my 40th birthday. I have your spirit next to me right now. Serving, brother. Amazing, you don't even know it. I feel it. No, I do. Because I'm wise enough to know. You're a special human being, brother. This guy's special, man.
So is your birthday on July 4th every year? That's the greatest birthday.
Changes.
You're lucky.
I'm 40.
So every time you get the most epic celebration.
You know why I'm lucky? Because I wake up no matter what my birthday is, but I wake up every day. No, I'm good. Just appreciate every moment.
I respect that. That's cool. But also, you get your birthday on Independence Day. That's pretty fun.
Crying to me, wanting to kill himself earlier. And I sat for 30 minutes. It's my birthday. I want to have fun. Sometimes people need you, and it's important to be there for them. Even
Yeah,
when
of
it's hard
course,
for you.
bro. That was tonight on your birthday. Fuck.
I hope you enjoyed that.
I did say to French about 15 minutes in, oh, can we go? Can we go out? And French looked me in the eye and goes, you're going to remember this for the rest of your life. He looked at me and goes, you're going to remember this for the rest of your life.
It's true, I said, trust me, we're exactly where we want to be.
Bro, that's what that sign says.
So trust me, Ciaran, this is I said this is the best place at the party, bro. Trust me.
Yeah.
This is the one.
Then we went to the bathroom and we came out and a girl that looked like Caroline Ellison, who is, for those that don't know,
Who's that?
The girl that was arrested with Sam Bankman-Fried with the FTX collapse, right?
So you know who that is, but you don't know January 6th.
No, I don't. But the important stuff, Lane. Anyway, she looked like, she had an IQ of about fucking 200, and by that point, we'd already
Max.
Is that Max? Okay.
Yeah, we'd already checked out. We were about to leave, and I remember then French and Lane comes out, and this lady is asking me times tables, multiplication outside the bathroom, which I was still nailing after a few beers.
Yep.
But
I think you had one beer.
3.
So is that the whole story? Was that your Kill Tony set?
That was my minute.
Yeah. Nice.
So I'm ready for the.
You're a regular now.
I just want to talk about a news story that happened yesterday that I found hilarious. The Walmart comer.
Yeah, so there was a man in, I believe, Philadelphia who ejaculated on a woman in it was either a Dollar Tree or a Walmart, and she filmed and she's like, he fucking nutted on my leg, bro. He nutted on my leg. Like she keeps saying
I think
nutted.
it was a Dollar Tree. I think you're right.
And so you got footage of him running away, and then you look down at like the jizz on her leg. And it's obviously not what you go to the Dollar Tree for, but also
At least he's not paying too much for it.
yeah, the weird thing is he like turned himself in. I thought that was
Because they all had his video, and I guess everyone hit him up. It's like, bro, you need to turn yourself in.
What would you do
you
if you saw a news story of like, do you recognize this man? He ejaculated on a woman, and it's Ciaran.
Oh, that would be
Okay,
funny. I wouldn't turn
Let's
you in, bro.
remove
I'd let
me
you
from
do
it, but
I
it
would
could be
let
me.
you do it. I would
Would
let
you
do it.
tag me / anyone who did it, or would you send it in the group chat
Group
first and be
chat.
like,
Group chat.
hey, there might be someone that looks identical to you. You are a very generic looking person, but also, like, if this is you,
What
do we get a reward? Like,
Do you think he
we split the reward?
purposely nutted over her, or he was just looking to nut? Like he'd gone out looking to nut on someone, or was like a specific thing like I just can't control myself now.
Yeah, what if he like loves savings, and so he's gone to the Dollar
Yeah.
Tree,
Yeah.
and he's like, what, 15 bags of chips for $1? Oh, and then he like goes like, oh fuck, and he's so embarrassed. He sprints out, and this chick's like, he fucking nutted on me, man.
Like I think it's exactly. And if it's a serial nutter, if he's done it to 30, like that's horrendous. But if that's his only nut, it's kind of a compliment.
Do you get one nut?
Oh, yeah. Imagine if
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
no other girls made him nut in the supermarket except her.
Yeah.
and they're in the courtroom, and she goes, actually.
How much would you sue for?
Ooh, well, if it was the first one, I'd be more like, I'd be thank you very much. But if it was a serial nutter, you'd come together with the other people and try and
Come together.
fucking
Bars. But they got machine guns in armed guards in the Target here.
That's wild.
So that's wild doing that with an armed guard there.
Oh yeah.
Like, why didn't he just nut in his pants? Why did he have to finish on her?
Did he pull his pants down to do it?
Well, he would have had to have.
Or just was he wearing
That's the
shorts?
other thing about the crackheads around here. They're all fucking naked guys.
Oh, every one of them.
First day, they were just mooning us. They were just walking around like naked zombies. And no one does anything. The cops walk past them.
They're so...
The locals ignore them.
Yeah.
No one. It's like some it's like Get Out, as you say, and like some hidden secret is like don't talk about the insane amount of zombies near you at every point during the fucking day.
Well, sometimes you walk around thinking, are we the only weird people seeing this shit? Like, are anyone else seeing it? Like, literally,
It's like a prank.
people are driving past, no one says a word, and we're just hearing people
Yeah, the
yell.
Uber drivers don't say a word.
They don't say anything. They don't even want to talk about it. They
Yeah,
bring
they
it
go
up and
like,
they
oh,
just
it's like a
change
Big
the
faux
subject.
pas.
Yeah, we got waking up like every morning. I mean, the first morning was about 4 a.m. French was...
Yeah, I heard this scream. It was like, I'm a comedian. I can come in here.
Yeah, it's a
Oh, no. The reason I wanted to bring up that story is because Australia had a similar incident to the Dollar Tree store, but of course in our own bogan way. It's the Woolworths pisser, the Woolworths urinator.
Police are looking for a man who allegedly urinated on produce at a Woolworths in Sydney CBD. The alleged Woolies fruit pisser caused over $300 in damages, and police say it took workers hours to decontaminate the Woolworths. An
like
investigation
Joseph
into this alleged Woolworths pissing incident is now underway.
The Woolworths
Do you reckon they would have went on
Woolworths pisser.
special, like 80% off?
Yeah, well, it's better than when they put needles in the strawberries the other year.
Can they still call themselves the fresh food people?
Yeah, fresh
I
piss
feel
people.
like you need to take a week off from that. Fresh piss people.
Yeah, if I was Coles, I would be like, fruits now piss free. That would be my big
Oh,
habit.
yeah. That is the time for Coles to jump.
To
Yeah, okay, maybe we're not as good as Woolies, but smell that?
No piss.
No piss. No piss. Anyway, I think that's all we've got time for from the Spa Boiz. As you can hear, great trip we've had. Didn't get any big names on the podcast apart from 15 grand subscribe. I'm back in Australia next week, so we'll have a lot more of those high quality filmed prostitute episodes that you love so much. Come see me in a live show. Lane, I would say follow his Instagram, but he doesn't do music anymore.
No, I've quit music.
Lane the Saint, Lane the Saint.
It doesn't even matter.
Kieran's got probably nothing to plug either.
Insta.
Ciaran Lyons. Last thing. Do your last thing.
You get that on
The Big Jobs